Up YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about why do jerks finish first and why do the nice guys finish last in relationships. And this is a big issue. I know a lot of people want to talk about it, and I know a lot of people might go and ask men look at this topic, so that's not a good idea because they are not going to tell you the truth. But jerks tend to have a very domineering personality. Now you have some narcissistic kinds of people. They feel they are better than others. And when somebody seems to like them, they kind of run the other person's life and they get into their head and they tend to control them. And the jerks tend to run the situation. And so in the short run, they may seem very decisive and like they seem to bring security. But in the long run, the jerks tend to be the kinds of people that are reckless, they are mean, they are abusive, they can get verbally abusive, and they're very controlling kinds of people. And so you'll see where there's this psychology, and somebody feels like this guy leads them, and a girl will feel like this guy kind of leads their life and fills their void, and they feel on the inside like this person fulfills them, and they get bonded to them even though the person's terrible for them. Now that's one side of this. On the other hand, some people like the more reckless and more off-the-wall people, and they like people that talk trash because all of a sudden they're more interesting. And so this is where, like, the jerks have better, in a lot of cases, they make the quick social connections. They find their needs and wants, and they know how to manipulate people to get it. And unfortunately, a lot of times jerks will say to somebody, oh, nobody likes you but me. And if you don't want to go out with me, you have nothing to do. And this is where the jerks will tend to run somebody else's life. And they will tend to try and get control, and they want to be in control. So a lot of times, like with the nice guys, they're the ones with the better relationships. And they're the ones with the true connections. Whereas the jerks have ionic relationships that are based on looks and based on short-term security until the jerk turns out to be a stalker or he turns out to be an abusive coward. And these kinds of people will live to control and be in control, and they're used to getting what they want, but in the long run, the jerks tend to run themselves into the ground. And they're the kinds of people who will get a job and say, man, I'm too good for this. That stupid boss shouldn't tell me what to do. And they tend to have this mentality where they feel that they are better than other people. And that's the narcissistic side of the jerk. Now, on the other hand, are all jerks narcissistic? No way. There are also antisocial jerks, there are borderline jerks, there are all different types of jerks. And some people feel like they may have an overprivileged kind of life, and then they feel this kind of entitlement. And at the same time, there's some jerks who have this high status, and then they feel stuck up. And so they have people that like them that basically see them as out of their league, but they like them in their status. And so the jerks tend to be very aggressive people, and they tend to be very assertive, which gives short-term security. And so a girl can just smell it in somebody's personality in a lot of cases, especially like early on in college. They may feel that the guys who are jerks are always having the parties, and they're always doing all this reckless stuff, but they're more interesting. And it seems like the nice guys are tame to a lot of people, or the nice guys tend to try to interact, but they see through it. But the nice guys tend to be the ones that do better in relationships in the long run. Now what Ask Men does is says, oh, be a challenge, all this stuff like that. And they say, oh, the jerk runs the other person's life. Or they'll talk about, all these things that just don't work. Because they're trying to sell you a story, and they want you to pay to read on that site. And they have fake, made-up garbage that doesn't have any application in most relationships. And you'll have guys on Ask Men who will approach a relationship that is absolutely unsuccessful. They rely on faulty intelligence with this idea in their head that this girl likes them when they're reading too much into things. Now, on the other hand, the jerk will turn around and he'll run the situation and provide them security and crack them up and seem like the nicest guy they meet, but then they go hang out and he starts pushing them around, starts running them down. But in some cases, people feel like that brings security because they feel like, maybe I am bad, or like maybe this guy's running my life, maybe I need to listen to him. But these people are manipulative, and they know how to manipulate people. And that's where, when you study the psychology of this, the jerks tend to take advantage of a situation. In a short run, they do quite well. In the long run, they bomb out. And so the jerks are going to end up getting fired from McDonald's the first day they try it. And the jerks are going to end up with jobs where they feel they're better than other people, and it'll create problems for them. So basically, this is my video, and thanks for watching.